Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Team Fortress TV, in which the teams have actually just gone live because they decided to get themselves ready to go before they gave us the STV. So, wow, this is going to be a jump straight into this cast. It is going to be ETF2L Season 16. When we get a break, we'll talk about what's going on. But Getawhale, take us through this first middle.
I'm watching right now. Death for 425 almost went down, but stays up. But they just lost a soldier and a scout, and so Death now at 23 HP is backing out, and that might be. No, there's going to be no repush. They're going to come right out, and this is going to be mid for Team Come On.
Yeah, well, okay, right, guys. Now that we have actually got a little second to talk, this, my name is Ryushi. Joining me is Getawhale for tonight of this TFTV cast of ETF2L Season 17, or 16? I can't remember. 17, I think.
It's 17 now.
Week 3 match on Badlands and Metalworks between Yekamon on blue and 425 on red, and there is some action going down. Both Ubers are traded on the Grey Bridge, and not really anything happening at the moment except from 425 losing 2 players, but they get a counter frag or so it's not too bad. Not really anyone looking to give up too much ground. Actually, I say that 425 are going to be backing off straight onto their last point and just well, defending after they lost their demo early.
Yeah, RV.
But yeah, guys, sorry for the years.
Yeah, we're thrown right into this. Like, there was no warning. We were waiting and waiting and waiting, and then finally they said, "Oh, hi, we're started." By the way,
yeah.
So now walking right in, they're only a 55% Uber, but they're going to sit here only about a 10% advantage, so almost nothing.
Yeah, guys. So just do a quick rundown of the rosters. I'll take Yekamon. We've got Bar on Medic, Huey on Demo, who's going to be tagged up as Dondi, Herpy and Arvians on Scout, and Arvians is called No Wonder Where, and then Shifty and Onkaya on the Soldiers, with Shifty going to be the roaming one in that pair.
Yeah, and real quick, because we're about to have Uber Exchange, we've got Death Demo on 425, we've got Anak and Come Down, Soldiers, Dicker Medic, and we've got Sid and Kenzie, both now off-classing, but they're the Scouts. A Heavy and a Sniper on last, which is a little interesting. Oh, we had a pick on Kaya, though. Yeah,
that's going to be the pocket down to the Sniper of Kenzie. So with that, 425 really look like they want to push. And in fact, they do even get a Scout pick over on that bottom right-hand side. So with that, they should be able to take this second point, unless something bad happens, like losing their pocket as well.
Yeah, too many down. I don't know, Bar just kind of backed out and was actually alone on Grey Bridge for a second, but they're kind of holding now, waiting for something to happen. We could have a repush, actually, looks like.
Yeah, but I mean, it's given 425 a bit more of a forward hold and the chance to maybe look for a pick, because they have actually got a Sniper and a Spy. That's going to be Anak, the pocket, off-classing onto Spy. He's very close to getting caught out there, but he's looking for Bar. He's looking to find him and backstab him and make him drop his Uber. Because, of course, pushing into that heavy is going to be hard. And,
oh, he whiffs on the Soldier there. Bad luck and goes down. I don't know if that's going to be enough, though. Spy pick, not necessarily, but because you see, Come On have actually lost a Scout.
Yeah, they lose a Scout, and it's going to be hard for them to push now. I mean, yeah. Okay, they get Kenzie as well, so that's going to be 2 classes down for 425, the pocket and a Scout, although both were off class. But Anak's now up again. And with Uber's equal on both sides, this is a proper good old-fashioned stalemate here.
This is.
Uber's coming in right out the top.
Early. Super early pop, and they come in attacking the heavy, but this heavy is just going to kind of bully them out of here, and yeah, come on, kind of aborting the push now, looks like. They're going to try to maybe sneak through with a Scout or something? No, they're just going to hold here, and well, here they come. Not a textbook push, but here they come. They're going to try it.
Well, it doesn't look too good so far. I mean, they've got Come Down, but that's going to be a roamer pick, and they're still that heavy with 350 health up, so they haven't really got any focus fight. And there we go, Anak comes in from behind, takes down Bar, gives up his life for it, but without that medic, it's going to be very, very hard for, Come On to, well, do anything, basically.
Wow, the demo went down there. Death got picked just now by Shifty, and Shifty now hanging around, but I don't know if they're going to act on this, because we still have a fully buffed heavy just standing on point. I don't know why he dropped down, but it looks like they're going to just kind of push Yakamon out of here now.
Yeah, I think they can. I mean, losing Death there is really, really unfortunate, but I think they can still push, although Huey is waiting. He does get Anak. That, I think, was the exact same thing that happened last time they tried to push out. The Russians really should have seen that coming.
Yeah, going down to those sticks, I mean, that's got to be frustrating, and now battle going on Bats. How are they going to act with this? They're 2 down. Come Down comes out. He's in forward spawn now, but he's going to respawn his... we have heavy now as Sid, and yeah, real rough luck for 425. They can't really get a push out going.
Well, you say rough luck, but realistically, unfortunately for Anak, that is a bad play on his part.
Yeah.
But Kenzie getting a snipe onto Onkaya again. So both pocket soldiers making mistakes, you know. One's standing in sniper lanes and one's not checking for sticks in the same place that he got killed last time.
Yeah, and Yakamon running offensive sniper now has to back out there a little bit, but hasn't picked anything out yet. Actually, he got an SMG kill, as a matter of fact, on Kenzie, which is interesting, but he's going to get chased down now. And this might be the recap of Spire.
Yeah, with 3 out and 2 soldiers and a lot of red players around the blue players. Dick is going to give up his life, but now Bar's on 2 health. He does manage to surf away, but eventually catches a stick from Death. And 425, they have got this second point, so now they can really start fighting and really start hoping to get those kills, because the blue players aren't going to be spawning as close, and they are going to have to come a lot further. But it looks like they just want to give up again.
Yeah, and Ryu, both medics are actually down, so with no heals, it's kind of like, who wants to be more ballsy with the DM, you know? Who wants to put it out there a little bit more? And I don't know, we have a bit of a partial recap now on second.
Well, I think 425 are coming out in that they appear to be playing a little bit confusingly. A couple of their players went back to pick up Dicker to make sure he didn't die, and then Sid and Kenzie just sort of cleaned up a few players. Yeah, so a bit strange plays, but now with a slight advantage onto Dicker, and in comes come down. He's going to be looking for Bar, but he doesn't manage to hit that second rocket. But he chases him away. He deals enough damage to the enemy team that they're scared enough to not fight for this middle point. And now with Dicker still on a 5% advantage, it could be in a good position, although they are suiciding players onto him.
Wow, Team Yakamon got real lucky there. Huey actually went down to about 5 HP, but managed to stay alive, and they were 2 down when we came out to this mid, but they now finally capped it, getting their respawns. Onkaya, I don't know what's going on with Onkaya this evening, but he can't stay up. He's just respawning now again. And we have an exchange here. It's crits v Uber. Not getting anything though on the crits, and I don't know what I think about that decision.
Well, we all know how that goes. I think they thought they could build that faster, but just the way Dicker was building was just really good. And they get a wipe there. That's everyone for come down.
Yeah,
that is a good trade.
They built it in plenty of time, but they just didn't get anything on it. It's kind of just roll the dice and walking right in now. Here comes the 5 players of 425. They're just gonna come right in.
I think they'll wait. There is a big spawn wave coming up for Yakamon now, and it would be a bit dangerous to push in when they're still cap Inspire. So they'll wait, they'll build Uber nice and fast, and then they'll just push straight in against, well, not really anything defensive of come on. Yeah, they've got a Pyro, and that might work, but they can get some good shotgun shots onto the Pyro. He's pretty much just going to melt.
Kenzie up on this light over on the right side, which is normally those light spots are for soldiers, the one further up. What's going to happen here? He's just going to go for it.
The red Uber is going to be did actually come in there. I didn't want to interrupt you because I do that enough, but it looks to be getting the right sort of players. But now it's just going to be the medic, and Dicker just runs onto the point and just captures that out right there. That is going to be 1-0 to 425. Not really bit of a heartbreak round for Yakamon there.
I gotta hand it to Kenzie, because Kenzie just kind of came in and got maybe a 2/3 cap on last and just sacked himself for that, which meant that all the rest of the team had to do was just stand on it for a split second, and so that one going to 425. Mid now.
Yeah, so Death is going to be sticking up this left-hand side. He gets a couple of sticks out onto Huey, and Huey, does go down. Death picking up a double kill so far onto the heavy classes of Yakamon. And in fact, everyone basically going down. Shifty and Bar are going to be the only ones up, but they're trying to retreat, and they're taking a lot of damage from the aggressive plays. The Death, who jumps onto Spire, he's looking for Bar. Bar surfs away. They do get Shifty, but Bar will backspawn. But is it going to be enough?
Yeah, that was real sneaky there. That Grey Bridge saved the life of Bar, but here we go now, walking in as we have 4 on Spire, and Death already setting up a couple sticks. Going to be pressured though. That's Uber popped right in the face of the soldier, and they're going to try to pick Bar here first thing. Down goes Bar.
They do get him.
And we got Hair P has gone heavy, and Death goes down for 425.
Yeah, but 425 have just lost 4 players. It looked good for them. They got the Uber off early. They killed Bar before he was able to get his, and then just what happened? They just melted on the flanks, and they were left with just Anak and Dicker alive.
Well, they're going to keep an Uber advantage. They're at about 30%, so they're going to have at least that, and they'll be able to put together. But we have now a lot of pressure, though. Sticks coming onto the medic Dicker, who might have to back out of here a little.
Yeah, well, yeah, come on, they're getting in position, but Dicker's holding really far aggressively forward with his demo, and now there's a sniper on the field as well, so Kenzie going to be able to really stop anyone from pushing, and he does pick up Onkaya. That's the third time that Onkaya has fallen to a sniper.
Yeah,
not having a good game for him today.
Yakamon really tried to come forward and have a really aggressive sort of defense of that, but I don't know. We have again now 425 walking in. They're about to get it. They've got the Uber, and they're going to not waste any time at all.
Yeah, it's going to be a nice aggressive onto that pyro. The soldier does get saved there. Nice play by Dicker. Save Anak, and now Anak's he's just been bouncing up and down that point for so long. But he does eventually go down, but what? They lost, what, 3 players in that push?
Yeah, so
and now
in
comes Kenzie with a headshot onto Bar. That is going to be a beautiful play by him. Now
Dicker going for it.
Yeah.
Dicker picks it up.
That's the
Walking
second
in
time
with
he's
his,
done that.
Yeah,
Dicker
he's going
caps last.
huge.
Nice
Dicker,
play by him.
really doing it. So maybe we'll watch now. Going to watch Huey on this mid and see what Yakamon can do to sort of maybe get momentum back on their side on this mid. And Huey already, not a perfect rollout, but he's going to get out to mid. He's going to go window. Maybe opting for a bit more protection. He wants to maybe go house so that he, maybe doesn't get picked out right away as the soldier comes into him as well. Down goes Huey. And Anak down for 425, 2 down. I mean, the demo Death on the other side still has his full buff. He's at 260.
Well, I know Anak is the caller for 425, so they're a little bit cautious without him, and in comes a big bomb from Onkaya onto Choke. It does manage to kill Death, but Dicker once again escapes, so good play by him. Although Bart is still up, so pretty much even right now. Let's go to the team comms, because we did get that. We've got Yekamon's comms, so we'll go to that and see what they want to talk about for this push, guys.
Scout the gate.
Keep going. Keep moving.
Hold on right balcony.
Yeah, no.
I'm behind you.
Soldier on spine.
I'm there.
Hold up.
I'm to the right.
Sorry,
I'm down.
help is better as well. Go back.
No.
Let's
Go
go.
free.
Just run.
Get out. Let's go out.
Soldier's gonna jump you on the left.
So scouting not choking.
I'm down.
Needed to get out.
People are way too tunnel vision, and you are as well.
So we see there that Uber exchange going down, and maybe getting the better of it was the 425 team.
Yeah, I mean, that did not look particularly good for Yekamon there. I mean, a little bit of depression sounding on the Mumble as well. Not really the best mindset to be in when you're playing an official.
Maybe not how they planned it, but certainly, you got to be adaptable. If a push breaks down or if an Uber exchange breaks down, you got to be able to DM it out. Certainly, this Yakamon team, they can do that. There is a lot of skill on the team.
Absolutely.
They're just kind of building right now. They're at a big disadvantage, and they know that. We kind of heard they have good awareness. I mean, they knew there was going to be a jump coming in, and they kind of detected that the Uber exchange was not going to go their, it was not going to go their way. Yeah.
Yeah. They got out in time. They got a few players out, which was good. But unfortunately, going down right at the end there. And Huey, of course, calling that he was down a call, which I'm sure he says quite a lot. So I mean,
Yeah, I mean, wow. We all know that.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna have Bar's gonna have Uber here right now. As what do you think of the loose cannon on demo? We've seen that now. I'm starting to warm up to the loose cannon used in the hands of a skilled demo.
Well, this is a skilled demo. I mean, you're talking about Huey here, so
right.
Yeah. Well, but I mean, this is the first season of ETF2L that it's been allowed,
Yep.
and it's kind of annoying to play against, but no more so than getting piped in the face, really.
Yeah, a bit of a delay here. I'm surprised we didn't have the Uber exchange right away, but we're getting our reloads now here, and wondering if Yakamon will go in first. Certainly, neither team wants to go in first.
Well,
what else is new? They're going to come in through house, though, cycling.
Well, Dicker did have Uber advantage, so I'm not quite sure where they pushed. I mean, they lost Kenzie, but a scout, you can still push when you've got a 60% advantage, but both Ubers are going to be exchanged on the blue train here, and Dicker multing a lot, having to save a lot of his players, and doesn't even manage to do it because Sid gets him down.
That's
wow.
Bar down, and there was no support. I don't know if that was a comms breakdown for the Yakamon team. They just kind of, I don't know. I mean, Bar took in one player, and I didn't see anyone else from blue. I mean, they were, I guess, waiting to see how it would play out, but my goodness, they just got bullied out by 425, and I mean, that was it. Bar now respawning.
Well, yeah, I mean, he did go down, but, well, Dicker, oh no, Dicker survived, sorry. Well, somehow, he must have hit some good surfs, because, like, I don't know who called it when we were listening to their comms, but he did say something about tunnel visioning, and it did look a little bit like that. A lot of players were on mid trying to kill Dicker, and he did actually survive. But now Come Down and Death are going to be dead to Hugh. He's going to pick up a double kill right there over on their choke, and this sort of easy pushing against Dicker. When 425 have got advantage, they are backing up. It seems to be they're hesitant.
But you know what? I mean, it's working. I mean, they're up 2-0, and I'm wondering what's going on with Yakamon, because when we had that Uber exchange that we just saw, 425 lost a soldier right away. Come Down was down, and so it was actually a 6v5 situation. Really surprised that 425 came out on top with that, but here they are. I mean, they're back to their last now.
They didn't come out on top, did they?
Well,
they
did.
Uber
I mean,
exchange,
Bar
the one
went
on mid
down.
or the one on second?
The previous one, the last one we just had. Bar went down, and you know we're backed up here now. Somehow Yakamon managing to back up Team 425.
Yeah, I think it was just the amount of positioning that Yakamon had. They were all completely split up and just not in a good position, and it just seemed to work for them because 425 were all together. But they do actually pick up Shifty in lobby, but a good rotation from Yakamon finds them on the point, and now with that ×4 on the cap, it's going to be going down. There is a soldier of Come Down hidden in the tube of Last, who does actually pick up a nice number of kills there and puts a lot of damage onto the players who were on the point. But here comes Death. He's going to be jumping forward, trying to find Bar, trying to get a lot of damage down. He's going to be trying to pipe for his life. Or is it piping? Is he using that? I thought he was there for a second. I can't tell, but it doesn't matter because Bar does escape. No, Bar dies.
Bar went down. Bar was actually picked, and so that's medic down, and we're looking at least going to be a 40% Uber advantage for 425 if Dicker can stay up. We have this Spire recapped here, and looking real good. I mean, Team Yakamon has no heals. Shifty's at 7, and Arvian's was down low as well, now getting healed finally.
Yeah, well, with Shifty still basically out the fight with that really, really low health, they can definitely push off this. I mean, they really have the man advantage, even though they didn't, in a way. I mean, Come Down was down, but they still had the man advantage because Shifty had 7 health and was therefore, he couldn't do anything in the fight. They could have pushed, but I think they're just going to wait for this. I mean, with Dicker on 95%,
they're not going to wait. They're coming in through house now, and they lose Come Down right away to Sticks from Huey. And so that's Come Down again for another Uber push. And, I mean, they can use it now, 2 down, but they're kind of stuck. Although we have 2 down on the Yakamon side as well, but I think they want to wait on this 425.
Yeah, every time Yakamon seem to get an advantage, like either get a sticky kill or something, Onkaya seems to be going down. He's just dying in the most inopportune moments, and it's really not good for his team.
It's bad luck. I mean, you know, you might have a bad evening here and there. Obviously, we know what Onkaya is capable of. I mean, he's a fantastic player, one of the best pockets around, Euro or otherwise.
No, you're just making stuff up now.
Right.
He played Medic for a couple of seasons
voice.
recently. He does have a good voice, this is true. But no, he played Medic for a few seasons recently. I'm not quite sure.
I think he's an amazing soldier. That's just me.
Okay.
The past, say, 2 seasons or however many it's been that he's been doing it. We have an exchange now on Great Bridge. 3 players down for 425, and Dicker way hurt. He's at 70, so we'll see what goes down when this exchange is done. But the scout goes down right away, and that's a boarded push by Yakamon, who have to back out.
Yeah, a lot of failed pushes by both teams. Both teams seem to be making a lot of mistakes, which, well, one team will capitalize on it, and then they'll make a mistake, and the other team will capitalize on it as. And it just seems to be a very back and forth game, even though 425 have got the 2 points.
They seem hesitant right now, don't they? I'm really surprised that
definitely.
Dicker and Death didn't move in just then onto mid. And now coming back out, getting their respawns to Yakamon, and I think we're going to see 425 back right into their own lobby here, at least.
Well, they've lost both their soldiers, and they may be in a position to lose a scout here. Sid going to be low. Yeah, he does go down, but here come aggressive out of Death. He does pick up 2 there.
Look at this.
Shifty and no one to wear.
Get the back cap on mid here, so an interesting situation going down as Dicker and Death are back in their own lobby, but midpoint was capped. It's going to go back probably now to Yakamon, but maybe buying them a bit of time for 425 to heal up, get the respawns.
Yeah, and with Kenzie still behind them, I mean, I've seen him do a sort of a 2-on-1 and win that, so he may be up against the scout of Herpy, but he does actually lose, so I probably cursed him there. Curse of the caster. Coming in. They get the advantage, they clean up that scout behind him, and Onkaya goes down again, so just really unlucky play by him.
I don't know how this Uber exchange is going to go down. Seems like the highlights of the match have been not the Uber plays, but everything else. Seems like the Uber plays have been just kind of a breakdown, and I don't know, not great for either team so far.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I mean, they're going to be moving into house now, and it's going to be a lot of damage going down onto Anak, and Dicker drops him, in
Wow.
fact. So, you say the Uber plays are pretty bad plays.
There's another one.
Yeah. Straight away, dropping your pocket is medic rule 101 is to not do it. And now they lose a lot of players as well, both soldiers, but Anna Scout and Dicker. Was he underneath? He
Dicker's
was
down,
underneath,
that's
yeah.
it. Rip Dicker, but there are only 2 players up apiece. One advantage, though, for Team Yakamon is they have their medic bar up, and they have Shifty. I don't know, 3v2 right now, and it's getting pretty scrappy, Ryu.
Yeah, scrappy is the way I would describe it. And there goes Bar, so pretty much just constant killing in this match. I mean, I'm not quite certain what's going on. Neither team seems to have perfect communication with each other, or even particularly well communication with each other. And I mean, that can be put down to the fact that Yakamon were only a team that started the sort of just the beginning of this season. They were drafted in to fill in Deserto's dropped spot in Division 1. And 425, I mean, they have less of an excuse. I mean,
Right, they've been around.
They replaced 4 of their players from last season because both their soldiers and both their scouts quit. So it was just Dicker and Death from last season. But both their soldiers then came back, which was going to be Anak and Come Down, and Anak with their main caller as well. So this should be going well for them.
Simultaneous
nice
caps
back
going
cap
down
there.
right now. Yeah, it's going to be but both now broken up. Looks like it's going to be Spire capped, 5 on it.
Yeah,
We have-
this could be dangerous because there's a lot of players heading towards blue last right now. There is something up to defend it. It's going to be a heavy, yeah. That's going to be hard for them to push again. But here they come in. They're going
Now the
to
heavy
maybe get
drops
this on
down
time.
right
Wow.
away. My goodness, and 425 pulls another one off. Don't know what the move was there over the heavy dropping down, but that's what he did, and we've got 3-0 now.
Just questionable plays by both teams. I mean, the back cap, the heavy dropping down, just rather strange there. But I'm going to be watching Shifty and see what he's going to be able to do on this mid. See if he's going to be able to jump up and get some frags like a good roaming soldier does. He's going to jump up, get some early spam out, and he's trapped. I think Death is trapped in house with his medic.
Yeah.
Yeah, 425 going to have to back out. They lose only 2 players there, but they didn't really have the positioning because Death was slow and he was stuck in house, and Dicker was slow and he was stuck in house. They didn't really want to come out there.
Do you almost want to consider then a different rollout to mid? I'm wondering if you're Team 425. I mean, you don't want to get cooped in house. Do you consider maybe a Valley rollout in that case?
Well, I would have. I do like the Valley rollout. It's a lot more dangerous as a medic, for me at least. I feel I'm more sort of out in the open, but maybe that's just because my team are crown.
No, I mean, I agree with that. You could very easily have scouts or someone come right in your face and get pressured a lot easier, but we saw there 425 now backed up into their own bats because they got cooped up in house, and that's not the trap you want to fall into. We're going to have Bar going down now as there's one player left up. We're going to call out a wipe on Yakamon.
Yeah, I think Serpi had just spawned, so he's going to be trying to go for the under balcony headshot, but gets caught out by Sid there, so he's not going to be able to find anything. It's going to be a free middle point for 425. They just collapsed on Yakamon there, and Yakamon just melt. I've said that a lot, but they did.
Yeah, I mean, you can't argue with it. We're seeing now Team Yakamon backing up, or maybe we're going to have a little re-push. They've got to know they're at an uber disadvantage, as Team Red now has it.
And on Kaya going down again, he's not having a good game. Looking at the scoreboard, and I suspect the stats as well.
Yeah,
it's not a good game for him at the moment. He's dying
really not, and it's
inopportune moments.
Yeah, and it's kind of surprising, but like I say, I mean, people have off games, and that happens. 425 now holding on to Uber, and just real early pop. Here they come. Pyro going to try to deny it, but gets backed out of there.
Yeah, I mean, this heavy's up here. He's that's on Kaya, so maybe it was a tactical thing, but they don't move quick enough down back to the point. That's going to be a 4-0 lead for 425. So this is going to be match point for them.
Yeah, don't know what I think of these defenses on last by Yakamon, but let's watch Death here on this mid rollout. So far, nailing it. And so they are going to go house again, Team 425, and it'll be interesting to see, are they going to get backed in here again and just choked into house, or how is this going to play out? Death putting out sticks to guard against the jump and just throwing out some pills now. First pick has actually come down, going down, and now Huey going down on the side of Yakamon, so that might be the break that 425 needed.
Yeah, with Bar as well. Kenzie with a nice flank picks him up, and Kenzie actually, I've never heard of him before this season. I suspect somewhere around sort of Div 2, 3 level before. Finally got trialed for 425 after they lost their scout player last season, and has joined up with Sid, and he's having a really, really good game. Frankly, I'm impressed.
Yeah, absolutely. I would agree with that. But certainly, kind of a one-sided match we've had so far here on our first map, Badlands. We're going to have this Spire capped. I don't know what I feel about these defenses of last. I mean, Yakamon do they seem like they're out of their element when they're defending last here on this Badlands map? I don't know if they've really hung on. They just seem to collapse on last, don't they, when they're defending?
Yeah, they just, they don't seem to focus a lot on the point. If it's been like almost like 90% cap, they don't seem to get that player on it, because we've seen Dicker cap it out twice now.
Right. Yeah, I mean, in 425, they've been doing a fantastic job of just kind of chipping away at that last point. Sack a scout in, sack a soldier in, get it, 2/3 capped, and they're doing it again here.
Well, they just lost their medic. They lost their medic to an aggressive play by Onkaya, which I've got to admit was good. I've been railing on him a bit, but that was really good. He went in aggressively as the pocket with 300 health, and I don't know if he dropped Dicker. I don't think it was, but Dicker was pretty close.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there. 425 doing exactly what I talked about. They were chipping away at the last point. They got about a 2/3 cap, but unfortunately that time they were not able to follow up on it. And so now we're fighting it out. 3 down for 425 at Spire, and this is looking real good for Yakamon right now.
Yeah, I mean, Dicker's well out. He's on that second point. He's backed up a lot, and they do actually pick up Shifty on the exit. So. A nice enough pick that they'll be able to re-push, I think. Especially with this big advantage that Dick has got, because he didn't pop zoom. And there's going to be a spy in!
There's a pick.
Oh, he whiffs on the medic, but manages to somehow pick up Herpy, so... I'm pretty sure he was aiming for the medic there, and Herpy just stood in the way.
Classic play, so Herpy calling out nice one there in the death chat. But we are still here at this midpoint, and you called it about that advantage. It's a pop now, the Uber.
Yeah, and Bar's not as far out as Dicker was, and he may be in a bit of danger here. He's got 100 health, but no, they are going to back out. They're going to stop chasing and leave him. And, I mean, that's the right decision to make, I think. But it's going to be a re-push.
Yeah, I mean, Bar's going to be able to just pop right back in here. Is he going to do it? Is this a Scout Uber, I'm wondering? Scout Uber on mid. We'll see how this plays out, though. A little unconventional. They're backing out now because they know they want to try to... I don't know, they can't get through that wall of players to get to Dicker, and so Dicker going to stay up now with 60% advantage. Maybe not the best decision. It looks good on paper when you have the advantage in Uber and you can come right back in, but didn't play out.
Well, I mean, he disconnected from one of his scouts around the corner, and they just picked him off one by one. And then a great flank by Kenzie as well, who I think was in-house. He came in from behind, picked up Onkaya on mid, and then just 425. Really, really, really well played by them there, actually.
Yeah, they're going to be able to walk right in here. On Kaya now is Spy with 48 HP. He goes down, so that's that. An early push now, this might be it. We've seen very few failed pushes on last by this 425 team. It usually works out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they picked up Bar, they've got that, and there we go. That's going to be 5-0 for the first map.
My goodness.
And that actually gives us a bit of a break there, and we can actually talk about the match.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Breathe a little bit,
Yeah. Can talk about our predictions for Badlands. I think it's going to be a 5-0 for 425.
Right, that does sound convincing.
Absolutely.
I predict maybe Yakamon will take it, but, who knows?
I think you might be wrong there. But yeah.
We'll see. So that's our first map, but we are going to be moving on now to Metalworks, everybody's favorite. I'm surprised, Ryu. I didn't think that would be quite as one-sided as what we saw this evening.
What? I don't think it was too one-sided. I mean, every round wasn't like a 2-minute roll, so it was a lot of back and forth. I mean, Yakamon were pushing last a couple of times, so I don't think it was one-sided, but the scoreline says different. So, I mean, I'm a bit disappointed in Yakamon. I thought they put up a bit of a better fight, and to be fair, they did have some good plays, but just being let down a little bit there, I think.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunate, certainly. Nobody likes a 5-0, but I kind of agree with you. It wasn't a total steamroll. It wasn't out of hand, but I don't know. I just think that in the end, the advantage was 425 pushing points just a lot better, and Yakamon maybe not defending points the way that they want to. We mentioned that Yakamon, they're very skilled players. They're real good, and, probably shouldn't have been a 5-0. Maybe it was... The match itself was a little closer to, a 5-2 or something like that.
Yeah, well, I'm looking at the logs right now, and I can tell you right from the start what the discerning factor was in, like, why 425 won.
Why is that?
Combined, Death and Dicker had 9 deaths.
Wow.
The next lowest was Huey with 12. So
Yeah.
that combo of Death and Dicker, who I think have been playing together for like I don't even know how many seasons. It's
A while.
a lot of
Yep.
seasons that they've been playing together. They've got really good chemistry. They are just playing really well, and while not top damaging from Death, he's second fragging after his scout Kenzie, and he's second damaging by I think about 150 damage under Huey. So Death putting out a lot of damage, putting out a lot of frags, and some good cleanup work from the scouts as well. Kenzie, well, top fragging there, so I'm really pleased with how Kenzie was playing. He looked really good.
Yeah, I mean, it was convincing. Almost have to wonder, Ray, we talked about at the start how Huey's team was kind of thrown together a little bit at the last moment. You wonder if that's a factor. I mean,
did we have a start?
We had a look, yeah, in the middle. Maybe it was the middle, but team chemistry, you can't underestimate how important that is, and it does certainly take time to, build up that sort of team cohesion and team chemistry. And so I wonder if that's a bit of a factor.
Yeah, I think it is. I mean, Hugh was saying on IRC earlier that they've had a couple of like problems with mumble and stuff, and just like some people being annoying in scrims and stuff like that, and just not like quite working out together, not like syncing together, if you get what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's probably a good reason. Obviously, you can't play video games unless you're happy about playing video games. So
video games, of course, are very serious business.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I mean, if you took a team of Sixes players that were great and skilled, and they all, a lot of them played in Prem, but they had never played with each other before, and then you took a team that has been playing together, that has a good, strong core, that know each other well, you're always going to take the team that knows each other and that has, it's not their first season or not their first time playing together.
Well, yeah, absolutely, because this is, of course, Team Fortress 2. It's all about the teamwork.
Yeah.
Well, 425, admittedly, I've got to say they did look a little shaky some points, which I will attribute to the fact that they've had like a different soldier combo at the beginning of the season. Although this is only their first official, and it's just taken them a little bit of time to get back into it. They had a lot better team play there, and of course, some great survivability by Dicker, who died 4 times and death 5.
Come on, that's it's hard to only die 4 times as medic and not win the match. I mean, that's pretty convincing.
Yeah.
This team took both of their wild cards already. What's that all about? Why do you take your wild cards both in week 1 or week 2? I was asking about that a little bit in the pregame.
The soldiers, I think, would be their problem. They picked up 2 soldiers who, again, I've never heard of. I don't really know anything about the Russian scene, and frankly, I don't follow much lower than sort of Prem and Div 1 and sort of stuff, so I don't really know who their soldiers were. I know who Anak and Come Down were because they played with them last season, and I was pretty impressed by Come Down, actually. Come Down was doing some great Roman plays last season. He looked a little bit rusty here. He did die a lot, but still some good play by him. Anak was their caller as well, so losing their caller, at the beginning of the season, they didn't look particularly comfortable, but now with him back, I think it's going to be a lot better, and after a couple of weeks of just practicing, they should be a good, strong force in Div 1.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they're getting over...
similar.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just saying maybe they got a little bit of jitters still, this 425 team, but I mean, they certainly look pretty strong, and I agree with you that give them a couple weeks, and I think they'll be playing top of the division, quite frankly.
I mean, yeah, come on. I mean, Bar and Huey played together in Reverto last 2 seasons ago, I think.
Yep.
No, last season. I can't remember. They've played together before.
Right.
I know Herpy and Arbians and stuff, they've all sort of played together and everything like that. So I think they've got the chemistry, they just need to really sort it out. And we'll try and get some comms on this, again on this map, maybe like a last push or something from, hopefully from Yekamon. Because, I mean, we haven't got the Russian comms, and frankly, I wouldn't want to listen to it anyway because it's in Russian and I don't understand Russian.
Right. I don't know it. I'm not even in Europe at all, I don't understand anything but American English. You know what that is?
I haven't heard of it, no. Is like American a big country? Is it in Europe? Is it?
Yeah,
Is
it's,
it a part of
just-
France?
if you look across the ocean a little bit, it's that little island next to Greenland.
Oh yeah. I
Pretty sure
think I've
that's-
heard of it. Yeah.